is Tuesday, May 9th, and it is the third day after my transfer. And like everybody, my friends and family, they've been asking me every day how I feel. And honestly, I feel normal. Like I don't feel anything. And I mean, that's how it goes, I guess, in early stages. So I'm good. I had a bit of like bloating and some cramping, light, very, very light, mild cramping yesterday, but I feel good. Um, don't feel anything. I learned yesterday that depending on what day your embryo is, how do I say this? Depending on, like, for instance, you can let your embryo develop 3 days or over 5 days. And it's typically, if you're going to do the PGTA testing, I think you have to choose the like 5 day development. But because I only got the one egg, it was decided that we were only going to do the 3 day and then freeze. And then I didn't do the PGTA testing. So what I just learned was that implantation usually happens on day 6 after the egg retrieval. So since I only have a 3 day embryo, it would take 3 additional days after transferring for it to start the implantation stage, and so that falls in today. So I'm like really curious and really interested in the science behind it all, and it's so silly, but like if you look up the videos and like images of like what that actually means, implantation into the uterine wall, it makes it seem like you can feel it. So sometimes I just like sit still and I'm like, something happening, but you cannot feel it. I don't think. If you can, then I haven't felt it yet, but yeah, so it's day 3 after. I go back for my progesterone checkup on Thursday. It's Tuesday, so I have a couple days. I'm trying to like keep it calm and relax and just let things happen and be present, as I mentioned before. I did get into my head a little bit yesterday. That was my own fault. I listened to one of my podcasts, and it was an interview with a teacher who has diminished ovarian reserve also, and she talked about her low AMH and her whole process. And she mentioned that she did quite a few egg retrievals and got 2 embryos, and one of the embryo, like the first transfer she did, it didn't take. And so like once I heard that, I was like, oh shit, like that's the reality. There is a strong possibility that this embryo doesn't take, and I don't have the second embryo to like go after right away. So I'm just like, there's still quite a bit of weight on this whole thing for me. Like but I am more nervous about, of course, it taking and me being pregnant and all that, like that. I'm excited and nervous about that, but there's still a large piece of me that is like, don't get excited. There's still a lot that has to happen between now and like within the next 2.5, 3 months. So, yeah. I find out on the 17th. So I go back to Irvine and I do that HCG test. And I don't know if that counts as like, I guess that's 10 days. It's not 14, like 2 weeks. It's 10 days, I guess. Right? Today's the 8th. 7, 6. I don't know. Maybe it is from Saturday. Yeah, from Saturday, maybe it is 14 days. I don't know. Math. But so far, I'm not like itching or dying to test or anything. That probably will change by the time the weekend comes. I don't know. Like, so far, I feel fine. Like, I'm not itching to test. I want everything to like work and take its time and do what it needs to do. Like, I'm cool just chilling. So far, it's only three days after, I guess. Anyways, yeah. Oh my gosh. So yesterday was some bull. How about I get up to, yesterday was Monday. How about I get up or like I leave to go to work and like I slowly pull out of my parking spot and then I go to like drive out of my gate and all of a sudden I hear this like flapping noise. I'm like, what is that? So I quickly turn into the next spot that I could and get out and look, and my tire is flat. What? Okay, so remember I said on the way to my appointment on Saturday, after picking up my mom, we had to stop again because my tire light came on. And I was freaking out like what is going on? These are all brand new tires. Like granted I have been driving, but they're all new tires. Like what is the issue? And I thought it was because I had overfilled the two front tires. So I that morning I let the air back out to where it should have been properly and the light went off. No issues there, no issues back. Thank God. Oh my gosh. But then that night I drop my mom off, no issues. I go home and park it, and I didn't leave the apartment at all on Sunday. So I didn't know if it happened then or like what. But I didn't leave the apartment Sunday, so I didn't know like what was going on. But yesterday, when I got in my car, my tire, my rear driver tire was flat, which is crazy because that's the same tire that started giving me issues a while ago. That was the same tire that like shredded off and left me stranded in the desert that one time. And then after that, I kept having tire issues with like different ones. And so my dad just replaced them all. So for that tire to be acting up again and just like be totally flat, I was just like, I can't even deal with this right now. I don't know what to do. Like I was barely awake and like I really probably should have taken that Monday off after. Just I should have taken time off like I said I was going to, but I didn't. So I just like called my parents and was just like, what do I do? Should I call the insurance company or should I just, or, can like my dad come and like bring his jack and a pump? Because I didn't know. I was just like, the tire is totally flat. It's not like it doesn't look damaged. So I was like, maybe there's a slow leak. Maybe I can like pump it back up and then, have it checked out for like tear. I don't know. I should know, but I don't. So my dad's like, don't worry about it. I'm about to get dressed and like grab your brother and we'll come down and take care of it. So my mom was like, and then on my way to work, I'll just pick you up and then drop you off to work and then keep going. So it was like literally a 4-person family effort. Everybody in my family helped with this tire. And I'm just so grateful to them. Like, oh my gosh. Like all I have to do is say the word and they're there for me. They just like, without questioning, like they're just there. And like that's the kind of stuff that is priceless. Like I'm so grateful. Like there isn't anything that I can do, I don't think, that could show how much I appreciate and love them. They're always there for me, every single one of them. My brother, my dad, my mom, hands down, no question. And I'm just so blessed and grateful to have them in my family and as my family. So that's what happened. My mom came and dropped me off to work, and was like really positive the whole time. And meanwhile, I'm like so annoyed. I wasn't stressed, just annoyed that I'm still having tire issues. And I just felt like really bad and nervous about my vehicle because I've put so many miles on my car going back and forth to Cali for this. And I'm just like, I just need my car to hang in there a little while longer, a little while longer. And I just felt bad for putting so much strain on my car, but she's just like positive, and it's like, thank God that it happened here and not there, and it could be worse. And she's just really optimistic, and she always is. So I really appreciated that. And my dad and brother, they came down, handled it, and then was just like, okay, we're done. Do you want us to come pick you up? And so they came and got me and dropped me off, and it just worked out. And so I'm just, again, like really grateful for them. Because sometimes I just don't know what to do on my own, which is kind of crazy because I'm prayerfully about to have a whole human being and doing it on my own. And like I couldn't ask for a better family to be doing this with. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. Flat tire again. And then after work, Um, I needed to take care of some things. I had errands to run. I went and washed my car because I had not washed her in like months, and it was just awful. It just looked disgraceful. I was starting to be ashamed. So I went and hand washed it. I did not do too much. I was very conscious of how I was moving, and I didn't do too much. So I washed my car, and then after that, I needed very badly to go grocery shopping. So I did that. And that was just enough because I was really tired. I slept well. And tonight after work, because I'm going to work my second job tonight after work, I will start meal prepping and putting some things together so that I'm good. But yeah, that's something else I just thought I'd mention, because I said the whole like tire thing on Saturday, and then come to find out there was a nail in my tire yesterday, and I'm like, oh, God, they were able to get it fixed. They didn't have to replace it again, and I'm glad about that. So yeah. I look absolutely hit today. I did try a little bit. Of course, I was 4 a.m. this morning. Hair is lopsided. Apparently, I didn't do anything. So, no, I didn't try, I guess. Oh, gosh. Just awful. Um, it's Thursday, May 11th, and I'm in Irvine at my first checkup appointment. Not even a checkup. After my transfer. Literally, all that they did today was a blood draw to check my P3, P4 progesterone levels. I don't know entirely why that's so important, or what number they're looking for, or like what this means, or blah blah blah. I wish I could get back on the road right now since I'm done super early. But all that I can gather is that progesterone is like fertilizer to the egg, to the embryo, to the seed. So I'm still on progesterone twice a day and estrogen twice a day. And I mean, that's been whatever. It's kind of messed with my appetite. I don't really have one, but my stomach also doesn't really growl. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain. My stomach is not right, but it's not upset. It's like it's sleep, not doing anything, not hungry. I have to eat stuff just because my stomach is just like, yeah, we're good, but um, it's messed with my digestive just a little bit, but I don't know. It's not right. Other than that, I feel fine. Just tired, which that is a side effect of everything, so I don't really know. That's not news. Uh, yeah, so after I'm done here today, then I don't come back until next week, Wednesday, the 17th. And that is for the actual HCG test, the pregnancy test. So we'll see. Other than that, I haven't been feeling anything aside from the minute, subtle, very front cramping. Like, it's almost not a cramp. It's like a pop, more of a like little bubbles, like pops. And I don't know if that's a cramp or if that's like gas. I don't know that, and tired and no appetite. I did feel a little bit of nausea yesterday and the day before. That could also be because of the progesterone and that I'm on so much of it for so long. But I feel fine now. It is what? I just said Thursday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I can't count, apparently. 4 or 5 days after the transfer. It should have implanted by now or finishing up implantation. That's what stage the embryo should be at right now, implantation into the uterus. And then after that, after today, then it's going to start multiplying again and building cells for the, what do you call that thing? The sac that it's in? Placenta. It's going to start building cells for the placenta and for something. Oh, the fetus itself. Ooh, that's a weird word. Fetus. Yeah, that's what's happening. Other than that, I don't feel anything. It's not like I can feel building blocks of cells or anything. It would be cool if I could. That way I can start bossing it around and tell them to do it right. But that's it. I'm just waiting. Hopefully they don't wait until like 1 o'clock, like my normal time, till they give me results or tell me whatever it is that they want me to do. I don't know what they could want me to do other than stop taking it or or maybe one dose, which I would love it to be one dose rather than two, because I only have 6 pills left and I really don't want to buy any more medication. So that would be great. Because my progesterone at transfer day was 18. So it's been some more days. It should be higher, and it shouldn't be too high, and it shouldn't be under 10. So hopefully it's just at the spot where they need it to be, and I can just like cut back some. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's it. Hey, it is Saturday, May 13th, and I kind of realized that I haven't really been, I don't know. I guess after the transfer, I just kind of let things go. I haven't even been thinking about the day to day part of it for whatever reason, I haven't been, or I just didn't think that there would be symptoms during the 2 week wait. I don't know why. But last night I couldn't sleep, so I was up late. Like, I mean, I was kind of tired, but I was up late, and of course, I was on YouTube looking up stuff, Googling stuff. For whatever reason, I just started looking up 2 week wait symptoms. Or what was it? Oh, my biggest thing since the transfer is that I haven't had an appetite. And I wanted to understand, like, what's that about? I'm still. Did I update on that? No, not since Thursday. I had my appointment on Thursday. Let me make sure. Okay, because in my last video that I shot on my phone, the sound was going out. And I'm like, I don't understand what's wrong with these devices. Somebody help me. Brother, what's going on with these devices? I know sometimes he watches, so maybe he can help. If you know, help me. So hopefully you can hear me. I don't even know. But I haven't had an appetite since the transfer. Like, stomach has not growled once. It doesn't care whether I eat, which is crazy because I've just been eating like fruit in the morning and that's it. And working all day, and my body is just like, okay, whatever. So I have to remember and like force myself to eat a meal because I just am not eating. It just feels different. But like, oh, so I go back to say, since transfer, I was still doing the progesterone inserts, the endometrium twice a day, and then the estrase twice a day. And then on Thursday, when I went to my appointment, they said that my progesterone was low. Transfer day, it was at an 18 point something. That following Thursday, it was checked and it was at a 13, which they said was still okay, but not where they wanted it to be. And where they want it to maintain is at least 15. So they included the progesterone and oil shots. So I'm taking a shot every other night, and I have one tonight. So hopefully that keeps my progesterone up until I go back on Wednesday and do my HCG test, which is my pregnancy test, my first one. But since then, no appetite, nothing's been going on. So I thought until I YouTubed yesterday that there are actually 2 week wait symptoms, which duh, but like, I don't know why I didn't think that. And some of the symptoms were like light, mild cramping to one side, possibly at implantation. It could be nausea. By this point, after implantation, when HCG rises in your blood, that can cause nausea, headache, increased appetite. What else? Oh, like the implantation bleed, which is like, or implantation spotting versus like regular spotting, that could possibly be the start of your next cycle. And I remember, today's the 13th. I remember around the 9th or 10th. When did I go? I went on the 11th. So it had to have been the 10th, which was Wednesday, where I noticed something odd. Very, 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 very faint tinting. Oh man. very, very faint tinting. It wasn't quite like old. Hold on. Okay. And just like that, the sun went away. It's kind of weird, but I need some heat. I'm cold. Anyways, I'm just like explaining some of the symptoms that women have during the 2 week wait. And like, as I was like listening to the videos, I cannot speak or do anything. I realized that I had, okay, let me just say it, okay? Um, at implantation, there's something called implantation spotting, which is different from like regular spotting. Regular menstrual spotting is supposed to be like a bright red, which again, I don't know anything really about that. I've never really spotted. But implantation spotting is old blood. And it's very, very, very faint. So, old blood is darker. It's more of a brownish tint. And that could look like very, 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 very faint light pink or very, very, very faint like brownish color. And so I noticed, I didn't understand what it was. I just chalked it up to the amount of progesterone that I was on because the inserts are like really messy. And so you have to wear liners and stuff. Because your body is only going to absorb as much as it wants and the rest is gonna like come out, obviously. So that day specifically, that Wednesday, it wasn't even a whole day. It probably lasted the morning because I noticed it at work where it was just like a very, very faint brown color, but it wasn't even brown. It was just like tinted. And it was enough for me to notice. And I was like, this has to be like all the medicine that I'm on. But it went away. And I didn't really pay attention to that part. So I think the 10th, that Wednesday, which would have been what? So my transfer was on the 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would have been technically 4 days post transfer, but since I had a day 3 embryo, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I don't know. I don't understand how like people are counting the days. I don't know if it's days post transfer or like continue days after like embryo freeze, because typically you would count implantation days based off of ovulation, but for like in an IVF cycle, you ovulate, you have an egg retrieval, and then like that's all part of the days. I think. I don't know how people are counting. So again, it's either 4 days post transfer or day 7 of embryo being collected. I hope that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. But every day after transfer or every day during implantation, I don't know. This is the part of the rocket science that I'm not familiar with. And so I don't know what's going on. But basically what I'm saying is each day there is a different something going on inside with the embryo. The first few days, it's like floating around, trying to figure out where it's going to implant in the uterus. And then it sticks to the uterus. And then the next day, it starts burrowing into the wall of the uterus. And then once it's in a spot where it likes, then it starts like building cells for the placenta and the fetus and just like starts making the baby, that whole thing. Well, each of that process it occurs on one of those days or two of those days. So I say all that to say that I think implantation definitely happened around the 10th because that was a thing. And that was also around the time where I felt the tingling, but I mean, other women call it tingling or pinching or pulling or whatever. For me, it was a very clear, tiny, almost like soda bubbles, like fizzy, very teeny tiny, like popping in the front of my abdomen, lower abdomen. I've never felt any sensation there in that place before. And I've never felt anything like that anywhere else in my body. Because at first I was like, maybe it was just gas, but not where I felt it. And that was around the same time that I saw the discolored discharge or bleeding, or I don't know what the fuck. And then after that, so that was Wednesday, and then Thursday was my appointment. I was fine then. Friday, oh yeah, and then I still just wasn't eating. Like I had to force myself to eat, which felt weird because I wasn't even hungry. Um, Friday I came back, went to work, and was fine. That was just yesterday. And then today, oh my gosh. So today I wanted to sleep in, but I didn't want to sleep in too late because I kind of had some business to handle, which didn't really end up getting handled. So whatever. But I have an alarm that wakes me up every day at 6, even on the weekends. So my alarm went off and I was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep a little while longer. But like my body was totally good and ready to get up. So I guess I got enough rest to like get up at 6, even after going to sleep after 12. It was like 1 o'clock. I didn't get much sleep. I didn't get much sleep, but I popped right up at 6, like nothing. And something else that's been going on since transfer are these like very, very faint, like if I wasn't so like in tune and like paying attention to everything that's going on with my body, I wouldn't even like think twice about it, but very faint nausea. And that's something that happens right before I get my cycle is I can have a bit of not like bad nausea. And so this whole week I've been like very subtle waves of nausea, enough for me to just notice that I'm swallowing a lot. Nothing major, not like severe, but just like, let me just take a couple extra deep breaths and like I'm just swallowing, but nothing crazy. But this morning I felt a couple waves of that nausea. I did not have any breast tenderness except for one of them this morning, kind of out of nowhere, just for a few minutes, off and on. And then cramping, like mild, subtle cramping. What else? Something else was happening. I need to do better at this and just like start recording as I'm feeling it because this is a terrible job. 15 minutes and I haven't even said shit. Basically, between last night and today, like I'm noticing little things. That may make me think that something might be happening. And like 30 seconds ago, I was like, oh, I don't get why people like freak out during the 2 week wait. Like, just wait it out. It's no big deal. Uh, okay. I've been thinking about getting a test all day. Like, now that I'm kind of understanding like what's happening and like feeling stuff, I kind of want to, I want to test. Um, but it's Saturday. We're going on Wednesday. Like, I can wait it out, but I just want to know. Like, all of a sudden today, I just want to know. Like, is it happening or am I making up shit? Yeah. So that's what's going on. It's the 13th. So today is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 days post transfer. So after I felt those things this morning, I was just like, oh, okay, that's weird that all of a sudden I'm feeling these other things. And I started to meal prep, and that took me longer than it should have, but I was just like tired. Like, I just couldn't be in the kitchen. I wasn't I was hungry. That's why I like started to make breakfast, but I wasn't. And I was just like, I don't want to do anything. After I finally finished breakfast prep, I forced myself to eat. I didn't even have tea. I started drinking some orange juice to take my meds, and that kind of made me feel a little nauseous. And then I was like, no, I'm really tired. So I laid down at about 12 and could barely keep my eyes open. Took a nap for about an hour exactly. And I was like, okay, I feel good. Got up, got ready, and got my second wind. Like, I finished prepping 2 additional like meals just now, nonstop standing, and so my back is a little bit sore, but I got my second wind, lots of energy, watching TV and just resting. I'm cold. I had to turn my thermostat back up because it's freezing. You see, I'm in a blanket. So yeah, I feel like I'm acting really weird. I'm kind of over myself right now. But yeah, that's what's going on. I need to cut some of this video out because I didn't say shit other than I feel weird and then I don't. I feel weird and then I don't. I feel weird and then I don't. And I'm in my head and then I'm not. I'm in my head. I'm watching like different stuff on like Netflix, but then I'm like, okay, let me go back to YouTube and watch some like more IVF 2 week wait stuff. That's where I'm at. Let me be done with this video. So my tire is flat. The other back tire now. I don't know what's wrong with these tires. They're good tires. They're brand new tires. I don't get it. I don't know. As soon as I got on the highway, I don't know. I don't know if it just happened or if it was flat when I pulled away, but I noticed when I was driving on the highway that my car was kind of pulling a little bit, and then I looked and here comes my tire light on, and I'm like, oh shoot, let me pull over really quick because, you know, I'm on a 5-lane highway I'd just gotten on to, and everybody's zooming by. I was like, I don't want to have a situation on this highway. So I was like, let me exit as soon as I can. So now I'm in this miscellaneous parking lot close to a Walmart, which is great. But now I have to get other people involved who are going the opposite direction to like come and help. Um, I wanted to get off and pull over as soon as I could, but I feel like I should have tried to like push it over to that Walmart so that I could have just handled it without them having to come all the way over here. I'm just so frustrated that this keeps happening, especially with something like my tires. Like, I don't know, it's freaking me out. Like, it's so dangerous. Ugh. I need my tires to be okay for Wednesday. And it just seems like one by one, something is happening. So, I don't know. That's what's happening. I'm frustrated. It's Monday, May 15th. And I'm just gonna be straight up. I think I'm pregnant. I also don't think I'm pregnant. Like, what is happening right now? This is probably about the point where people lose their minds and like test before the test, because I'm feeling things. What? Jeez, it's gnat season, and one of them, I don't know who yet, but one of them is the culprit for hatching, I don't even know what. And I thought I did a good job by getting all of them yesterday. And I mean, I cleaned, well, I cleaned for hours to get these things out of here. And the rest of the day, they weren't there. This morning, I looked and they weren't there. But I'm seeing some, just, oh God. Back to what I'm trying to talk about. I understand now why people like just can't keep it together and they just go and do their tests before they're supposed to, because not that I'm like, it's not that I'm not, I don't know, I wouldn't describe it as like me not being patient. I want to understand if I'm making things up, like if I'm making symptoms up, or if it's like happening. If it's happening, I just want to know now. That way I can like make next moves rather than wait 2 days. I legit almost bought a pregnancy test today. And I was going to, like, my rationale was like, oh, for the experience, I'm going to take one and then not look at it and then go to Irvine and do the test and get the results. But like just for the experience, do the test and then surprise, blah, 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 whatever, right? Because originally I was going to take one after the big test for the experience, but like, what fun is that? Like, I'd already know the results, and if they were good, then okay, it's kind of fun. It's not a surprise though. And if they were bad, like, why would I want to take another test for the experience knowing the bad result? Like, so I was just like, I'm just gonna get one. I'm gonna take one now, put it away, don't look at it, and then go up there and get the actual results, and then whatever happens, happens. But then I thought about like how expensive pregnancy tests are, like the good ones. And like, why would I pay that money, waste that money when I'm about to go and get one? So I just, whatever. Today I'm feeling strong emotionally. I'll say it that way. And not crazy. I'm feeling strong emotionally. like I do before, like the few days before my cycle comes, which is making me nervous because I mean, it is the week that my cycle would theoretically start, and I'm kind of feeling symptoms, like still the same thing, the mild cramping. My nausea kicked up last night, like kicked up. Um, sensitive smell yesterday, sensitive to smells, even the good ones. Um, very, very mild cramping. And then today I just hate everyone. I don't think this is going to work. Um, my usual. I I know that the hormones, like the good hormones, or I don't know what I'm saying. The hormone changes, which duh, that's what all of this is, plus the like HCG, which is the pregnancy hormone and all that stuff. I know that it can mimic a cycle getting ready to start. I know that. So like me feeling what I'm feeling is not abnormal. It's I'm supposed to feel this way. Either I'm pregnant or my period is going to start, and I'm really terrified that my period is going to start. I don't want it to, obviously. Um Having a lot of thoughts. Um I'm also really, really tired of paying for stuff. So that's something. That's something. I've got like a lot of medical bills that have like kind of caught up to me and like stopped right here all at once, mixed in with my regular everyday life bills. And I'm like trying to figure out moves, and I'm ready to be done, but I'm not ready to be done. Like, I'm not ready to be done if it's not time to be done, but if it's time to be done, I'm ready to be done. Look what I got. I ordered my thing from Amazon the other day, and it came. This was what I wanted for my transfer day so that I could, do that cutesy little blah, 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 blah. I told my mom that I was going to recreate it, and like, don't she dare. Because we found one in Target that morning of, just one, and it was like a super fancy, who was it? One of the fancy brands at Target, Hearth and Hand or something or other, I don't know. But they wanted $50 for that thing, and I was like, no, why? I'm not doing that. And my mom was like, oh, I didn't know that's what you wanted it for. Like, let's get it. Let me get it. And I was like, no, I'm not letting you get it. I'm getting it from Amazon, and we'll recreate it. And she's just like, oh, I'm like, yeah, we're going to recreate the shot. So it finally came. We're going to recreate the shot, and then we're going to take, hopefully, another shot. I don't know what the message is going to say yet, but we're going to take another shot. Wow, they couldn't like put the letters together? Look at me spoiled. All of the letters are like together in a bag. So I have to sit here and like pick out all the letters and whatever I want to say on here. What a pain. Get what you pay for. This was $10, not 50. So it's fine. I also hate my job. That's news, huh? Nothing happened today. Nothing bad happened. I'm just moody. And I just wanted to be left alone. Like, I'm dealing with a lot right now. A lot. And I just want to be left alone. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me for something additional. Don't let me do my job, and so that I can go home and deal with the next thing. That's how I know something is about to happen. Because like when I want to like start playing Hunger Games, um, something is not right. Hunger Games for no reason. Like, I should be really happy. I should be really excited. I I guess I am. I am. I'm just tired. That's another thing. Like, I couldn't sleep last night. I didn't go to sleep till like after 12 because I was Googling and YouTubing everything while having these like waves of like nausea. And then I had just eaten like a substantial dinner. I didn't overdo it because like my stomach just didn't care to, but I ate a pretty substantial dinner and then like stopped because I just I just didn't need any, like, I didn't need to force myself on a whole bunch of food. So I was full. And then when I started feeling the waves of nausea, after that, like, once that settled down, then my stomach started growling. And I'm like, this is so weird. Like, pick a side. What do you want? Finally, I was able to just, like, relax and, like, fall asleep. But it wasn't until way after the time that I usually go to bed. And of course, I'm like Googling everything. I'm watching my YouTube girls and like trying to understand if these are like, if I'm experiencing symptoms or if I'm just like tripping. And I did not come to a really good conclusion because all of the other women that went through this also felt like they were tripping. And some of them were pregnant, some of them were not. So I don't freaking know. I don't know. Today I actually had, hopefully you didn't hear that. Today I actually had more of an appetite. I've been hungry all day but busy, so I didn't really get to have breakfast. I eventually ate my banana at like 11, 12 o'clock, and I ate as many blueberries as I could. I ate as many nuts as I could. I have like this, I made a mix of like cranberries and almonds and cashews, and it's so good. Like, I ate a whole bunch, almost the whole can, which I should have brought the can so I could refill it, but I ate a bunch of that. I ate my banana and like a handful of blueberries, and that was it. And that, I didn't like eat that until like 11, 12 o'clock. And then I haven't eaten since. So I just stopped by the store to grab my last little bit of ingredients that I didn't have for my chili, and I'm gonna make chili tonight. And I don't know if I'm gonna eat that tonight or if I'm gonna eat lumpia, because I made lumpia last night and it was so good, but my stomach couldn't handle too much food. So Did I mention I'm tired of paying for stuff? What happened yesterday? Oh, my tire. Help. Yeah. My tire, and then my brother came to the rescue with my mom. They were, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I hate that this keeps happening. Like, I hate having car trouble. It gives me so much anxiety. It's so triggering because I don't like it. That's why I have a car that's new enough to warrant a car note, because I don't like dealing with being broke down, stuck, stranded. I can't. So, and then like the insurance, like, oh, what are they even good for? Like, if I were to call them, and this is why I don't call them, because it doesn't matter where. I could be out in the desert or I could be in the city. If I call someone to come and like roadside assist me, I'm not going to get that shit for hours. I live in Phoenix, bro. It's 100 plus degrees now, and it's not even like into summer real good. Like, it's not even summer, it's spring, and it's 100 degrees. I'm not waiting for hours for help when my family, who's pretty much like 40 45 minutes to an hour away at any given point can help. But I just hate all of the miles that they have to drive to come to wherever I'm at, the time. I can't. So, anyways, that was resolved, and I'm grateful for them. And then I still, like, as tired as I was and, like, as weird as I felt, I still went to the Asian food market, one of my favorite markets, to get, like, the lumpia wrappers and like ginger root and ginger candy, and just like some stuff that I like there, some treats. And like I like that place. I never like think really about my experience when I go in there because it's just fine. How about I go in there and the fish market part of it had to have been that. Literally came out and like turned the aisle, came to me and like slapped me in my nose, and it almost like punched me in my gut at the same time. I smelled it and I was like, oh, I didn't think about the smells that are in here, especially since I had been up and down, up and down, up and down all day. I go in there, I get the smell, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to hurry up and get whatever I'm in here for and leave because this is no joke. So I do just that. I try to kind of hold my breath and like keep swallowing and just get whatever I need, which I couldn't find any ginger candy. Of all the candies in that place, ginger was not one of them that I could find. So I'm gonna have to go to another one and see if they have any. If not, I'm gonna have to go to Home Goods and get the ginger chews, which that's boring. Ugh. But I did get a whole bag of ginger root, which is gonna be lit because I like to have that in my tea. However, I'm not supposed to be having tea, like not herbal tea right now anyway. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. One of the YouTube girls from last night said that she drinks warm lemon water, which that'd be good. I could do warm lemon water with ginger and like with a splash of orange juice. That would be a good fake tea. And it will help with my vitamin C and absorption of all of my meds. That would be real good. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Switch out my teas. Yeah. But I guess I say all that to say today the nausea has been low, but my stomach has been upset for no reason because I haven't eaten anything. It's been a little upset. I'm hungry now, which I need to be back there like making this chili. Because maybe I'll have chili tonight. Maybe. I don't know. 17-minute video. All right, let me get off here for now. That's it.